following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Cowboys StoryLine with Nick Eatman.
Welcome to Cowboys Storyline, the Halloween edition. It is Thursday, October 31st. If you didn't think this season was scary enough, let's just throw a little Halloween action on it. Cowboys 3-4 here as we close out the month of October, head into November. Obviously, things have to pick up a little bit. For the Cowboys, a lot of it, actually, for the Cowboys to get where they want to go. I'm Nick Eatman. As always, we're here on the new set. It's not a new set, but it certainly looks a little different. You guys can't even tell from the screen just how much they've done a really good job. I say they. Chris Beam has done a really awesome job of getting this thing going here, and I'm going to bring him in a little bit. He's in full-fledged costume today. I didn't really, I never really dress up for Halloween. It's not my favorite of holidays, but I understand a lot of people get into it. And if you could see this, they've really done a great job with it. And you'll see it probably in other shows. If you watch other shows, how they have different camera angles, there's stuff all over the place. So it's really good. Job well done for sure. All right. 888-855-2297 is the number to call. Give us a call. Give us a story if you want. Make it kind of brief if you can. If there's some kind of Halloween / Cowboy story that fits, we can do that today. All right, let's go to Irene. She's first. Irene, Falls Church, Virginia. What's up?
Hey, happy Halloween. No real story there. I'm going to be grilling tonight because it's 78 degrees, so bonfire.
Nice.
Seeing the kids. Oh, good stuff. I'll try to keep it short because I rambled yesterday. I apologize. Anyhow, question for after. Is there an update on Brandon Cooks? I don't see that he's been activated or anything, so just wondering about that. And then for the Falcons, so looking at their games, 2 of them come down to less than a field goal, and 3 of them have come down to less than a touchdown. I'm wondering if this is a kicker game. We should have the advantage unless their duty is, sidetracking or whatever. But
yeah,
we'll see. But their guy is really good from about 50 yards, but he doesn't have those long.
Yeah.
It's been shaky the last couple of weeks. I know because on my Storyliners team, but anyway.
Yeah.
With that, one of my favorite players as a kid was Chris Boniel. If you have a story, I know he was a coach here while you covered his team, and then, of course, give a story. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, sir. I don't really have a Chris Boniel story because he was playing before I got here, and then, like you said, he was a coach when I was here. I seen him when he was a kind of a college coach, I believe. I want to say he was at Louisiana Tech or Mississippi State or something, or maybe both. And I've seen him at like the Combine, or I've seen him at the Senior Bowl. Great guy, great guy. I just don't have a ton of stories because I didn't really cover him when he was there. And he was a kicking coach for us. He was pretty low key, didn't do a lot. You're right about this game. The Falcons, give them credit. I mean, they're winning these close games, and it does come down to the kicker. They have a good kicker, like you said. I think he missed an extra point last week, but for the most part, he's been pretty good for them. You asked about Brandon Cooks. I'm looking at the schedule here. So he went on IR, and this will be his 4th game that he has missed this week. So this is the maximum, or the minimum, that he was going to miss for sure was, so Pittsburgh, Detroit, San Francisco, Atlanta. When you go on IR, it's games. It's not weeks, so it's 4 games. This will be the 4th one for him. So he is eligible to return next week against the Eagles. Just from what I've seen out here at the practice field, I don't know if we're there yet for him. I have seen him with a rehab group, so it's possible, but Houston, November 18th seems a little bit more likely. But again, I don't know this. I just know he's eligible to return the week of the Eagles game. So after this week, he could return. They could at least start his window if they want to do that. So, all right, let's go to Anthony in Miami. Anthony, what's up?
Nick the Quick, what's up, my guy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. What they do, baby? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good, man. Can't let you know. I don't talk about my college team that much, but we ain't know we doing what we're doing, so it's sufficing for the Cowboys. Nick, I'm going to switch it up. I'm still going to be entertaining, baby, because that's what I do. I'm going to switch it up. I'm on my first trivia. First trivia for you. Trivia with a twist. Trivia with a twist for you, right?
All right.
Two names. Give me the two guys who said it to you. One said it to the other in the event. They normally occasionally said it. Right? This is a phrase I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Ready? Let's go. We did it, baby! Sure! We did it, baby! We did it all the way, baby!
And as he's saying that, he's grabbed. You know what's funny? As Barry Switzer is saying that, Jerry Jones is smiling. But if you watch that clip, Jerry is smiling and snatching the trophy out of his hand as that is happening. That's after Super Bowl 30. He's like, Jerry, are we having fun yet? And then he starts laughing because we did it. But Jerry's like, ha, give me that trophy.
Give me
Give the trophy before you drop it. Yeah.
I had to get on about Lee, and I think my guy Brian.
Yeah.
I had that because I like these guys their shout outs. I know Ron pretty much been dealing with all the shout outs. But Jeremy, thank you, man. I appreciate you, Zach. Love the singing, man. StoryLine chorus team, third member.
Yeah.
I like that one.
You guys,
let me,
the choir.
Let's talk about some football.
All right.
We got a little choir. Last week, I gave you some reasons why we would lose. I thought we would win. I gave you 23-20. I said, can't let Bosa wreck the game. He kind of did.
And
Mel hurt that in the process with that one throw. I think that Mel, see, a lot of people say he wouldn't have completed that throw. I don't know about that. I think he would have, but when he hit them ribs, man, that had to hurt. And then I said, can't let Purdy get outside the pocket or just run. And, he's going to do it. He's going to see the yards that isn't quite doing. So that Atlanta game, I got 26-20 Cowboys, and this is why. Dak, for the Cowboys, Dak, go get first down, man. Then you don't have to hurt yourself. Don't be thinking that stuff. Some of those first downs are easy. 34, you don't got nobody to take off a slide. Hey, set it up for the next 4 plays. You know what I'm saying? Stop throwing these interceptions that you don't have to throw, bro. You're $60 million. I said, Nick, you and Bob Rob said 58. I said 55.5 because Pat is the only one that deserves 60. So you fought for that. You got it. You got to be a better leader on the field. On the field, you got to be a better leader. And you can't let Kirk Cousins, he can't escape. He definitely can't escape the pocket because he's kind of a statue. And I think these guys can get to him, but you can't let him extend any plays. You got to get him off the field, 35, 3rd and 10, get him off the field. Don't let him extend because we're going to have a long day. That's it, baby. Love y'all StoryLine people, man. Love y'all. I always listen to y'all. Y'all got great points, and everybody's got a little bit of the truth in them. All right, Nick, next week, baby.
All right. Thank you so much. Good stuff there, Anthony. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's asking, Dak to try to be, one of the, he can't be Lamar Jackson or, the Michael Vicks or that type of player where that's a weapon, where, even where you're having to call plays, design running plays, but when the play breaks down, and it does, go get that, because even if you do it once, twice in the game, it should freeze the linebackers and safeties just enough to kind of keep them honest a little bit. So I would hope we start to see that. It has to happen. I mean, it has to happen. It has to be another element of the game to be able to do that. If they can, they can get him going there. You mentioned Kirk Cousins. He hasn't had a lot of success, obviously, against the Cowboys. I think his record is 2-9. One of the wins was when he was with Minnesota, and Dalvin Cook had a huge game there. I mean, it was a few years back, maybe 2018 2019 maybe, I think is what it was, but 2019. But he had like 95 yards rushing and 80 yards receiving, and it was a really good game back and forth. Minnesota won that game, but it hasn't had a lot of success against the Cowboys. And, one stat that I looked up with Cousins is that since in the last 10 years, no player has fumbled more than him, and it's by far. I mean, like, he's had 92 fumbles, and I think the next closest one is 77. Dak in that group, has had maybe 65. And we're not talking about lost fumbles. I mean, you could drop the ball, pick it up, whatever. But I mean, ball goes out of your hands one way or another. 92, and he's leading the league right now this year. Kirk Cousins was 6. So if they can get to him, that's going to be the key. If you get to him, you try to get that football out. Obviously, last week, Overshown could have done it with Purdy. Could have changed that whole game. Purdy did a nice job hanging on to the ball. Got a big hit. Hung onto the ball, but that's one thing that if you're going to get to the quarterback, and we've seen it before with Micah Parsons getting to him as well. All right, Chris, we don't have a caller right now. If not,
we do. We have Rick in Massachusetts.
All right, Rick, what's up, man? Rick, are you there?
No, I said Randy. I'm sorry, Randy in California.
Randy, California.
Okay, I was like, well, Rick better speak up because I've been waiting.
Sorry, Randy. What's up, man?
Yeah. Are you all good? Thanks my call, Chris. You're the best in the biz. I'm getting tired of this talking to people wanting to trade Micah Parsons. We got to stop. I mean, the dude is the best player we have. And really, the only team that probably trade for him are probably going to be winning teams. So you're probably looking at a first-round pick in number like 28, 29.
Yeah.
It's really like an early second. And the only team right now that I can think that would actually take him in a heartbeat would probably be the Commanders. Because I know next year they have 100 and something million cap space, and the familiarity with Dan Quinn. So, and I don't. And looking at our tackle position, I don't want to play against like the Parsons twice a year from this day going forward. So I'm good off that. And if this team was going to have like a fire sale, the two people I would think of would be Zach Martin, even though he's not playing very well. And then if he wasn't hurt, I would take the Marcus Lawrence because I don't think they're going to team next year anyway. If they might go get something, as long as it might be something better or close to the same as getting a compensatory for their value. With that, one more thing. How many more consecutive losses would you decide to say, you know what, let's cut our losses and start playing some of your, a lot more backups and no longer playing right now, or really a lot of your depth pieces, just to see where your team's at heading into next year, and really do like a makeover on this whole roster. I'll listen to you today. I appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you. That's an interesting question, and then you're trying to figure out like who are we talking about exactly? Like which players are maybe getting progress stopped, I guess, if you will. The one that pops out the most is the safety position. Donovan Wilson is there, Malik Hooker. Now, both those guys, they signed to long-term, not long-term, but they signed extensions last year and the year before. So those two guys. And so you want to play Marquise Bell and play Wanye Thompson, that's fine, but they've got to kind of come up with the direction and what they're doing at that position. I'm trying to think of some other players that are like behind veterans that you're like, all right, let's just go and see what they can do. I mean, maybe on the offensive line, but I still think you're going to play. You're not going to like bench Zach Martin. I don't think so. And a lot of the other guys are young. I mean, Tyler Smith's young. He still needs to play. And the other two rookies are there. And Terrence Steele, he needs to play. I mean, so easier said than done. I get the point, and there might be some times for that, but I don't really know if you're going to see that happen a lot here. All right, and as for trading away Tank and Zach, I mean, they both have this is the last year of their deal. I don't really see that happening about trading for those guys. Again, I mean, I just, right now, everything they're going to go try to win a game, try to get to 500 and beat the Falcons. And they're not looking ahead that far. I don't know if we should either just yet for all that stuff. All right, let's go to Rick in Massachusetts. Rick, what's up? Are you there?
Yeah, is there Mike or Nick?
How's it going?
Fine, how are you? Happy Halloween.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, do you know if I would say if Deron Bland or Caleb Carson be playing this weekend?
I think Deron Bland, they're going to give it a shot. He's going to try to work into practice today. I think if he does not practice today, I would say no, he doesn't. He doesn't play. So we'll see if he gets back into practice. Kalen Carson, it's kind of been a mystery with him because he's been full participant. So I think he will probably play, especially now with Oruwariye on injured reserve. I would imagine Carson is gonna be ready to play this game. So yeah, those two guys. This whole cornerback position's been up and down, of course, and mostly down with the injuries. And trying to get grabbing guys from the practice squad to start. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not as ideal as you thought it would be with Diggs coming back, Diggs and Bland paired together, Jordan Lewis in the slot. You drafted Carson. It hasn't worked out just that way yet. So I'm sure that the Cowboys are still hoping for that. All right, let's go to break real quick on Cowboys Storyline. We'll be right back to answer more calls.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
All right, back here on Cowboys Storyline. I am Nick Eatman, and as you can tell, our Halloween edition wanted to make sure we had a different camera angle that could really show the studio here today and the job that Chris Beam has done to get this thing going. Again, I'm going to bring him in here in a second because you have to check this costume out. So as you could tell, maybe from before, I was kind of messing with stuff. It's all this stuff, whatever that is. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next caller. Robbie's been waiting for a while. Robbie from Cocoa Beach. Robbie, what's up, man?
What's up, Nick? How's your day going, man?
It's going good. It's going to be a long
I
night.
hear all these. Oh yeah, I got little kids too, man. 5 and 9, so I get you. It's gonna be a long
That's
night.
pretty much what I've got right there.
Yep. So besides kids, and by the way, I hope Jake is doing well in football. It's got to be about over, isn't it?
Hey, he got a run yesterday or Monday. They gave him the ball. He ran, and he got 2 yards.
Outstanding.
And it was fine. And of course, and I tell that to my mom and dad. And what do they say? They're like, well, Zeke's getting about 2 yards, so I mean it's fine. It's like, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. So
it's horrible, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
All good. What's up, man?
So listen, I hear everybody moaning and groaning. I get it, man. We've got the worst running team in the league. We got the worst run defense, or pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But, I still got hope, man. I still love my Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? We're going to get some guys back soon. I'm still going to watch every single game. I'm going to be pulling for us. I don't want to see no fire sales and nothing. We got good pieces in place. I just think we need a couple changes and a couple more players and get some guys healthy. My goodness.
I think that's what the Cowboys front office, coaching staff, I think that's what their mindset is as well. They're not as far off as it looks. But, if they have to fix those two things, the running game and, you have to be comparable. You have to be able to be competitive. But, you can't stop the run. You're not going to beat anybody. So.
And there's a caller that called a couple days ago. I can't remember his name, but he said something to you about we need a strong offensive line and a strong defensive line. I disagree with that, man. I've seen us win Super Bowls, and we had the best offensive line in football, and we had a good defense. We didn't have the best defensive line. We did have Charles Haley, but not taking away anything for him. But I just think we need one strong offensive line or one strong defensive line.
Yeah,
I think that's my opinion.
Okay.
Hey, man, happy Halloween.
Yeah,
Go ahead. That's it.
You too. Thank you for the call. I'll say this. I think you've got to have. I've always said this. You got to be able to do something on your team that's extraordinary. Something. It can't be. It can't be kicking 60-yard field goals. It can't be your kicker. It's got to be something that you do. You're a great running team. You're great at stopping the run. You could throw the ball better than anyone. No one's throwing it on you. Something that you've got to be great at. And that kind of will, complement each other. But it's got to be something there. And right now, the Cowboys really just don't have any of that. In fact, a couple of things that they're doing is one of the worst in the league. So you're not offsetting that with anything else, and that's kind of where they are right now. So they've got to certainly figure that part out. All right, let's go to Jared in San Jose. Jared, what's up?
Hey, Nick. So I apologize if this is mentioned already. So after Monday, I haven't listened to any podcasts. Didn't even turn on my TV. Just a lot of frustration. But I had after I calmed down, I started to think about it, and I realized, this season was the season we were going to find out about the playoffs. We've already seen what a great regular season looks like, 12-5, 3 years in a row.
Right.
And then we get there and, one and done, or we just seem to fail. So to me, technically, we still could go on a late run, maybe sneak into, possibly the last wild card spot and go on a run that way. We haven't seen it done that way. Obviously we want to have a great regular season, but there has been teams that still go on a run.
How does this one do that, Jared? What's the one or two or seven things that has to happen to get the Cowboys on this year's run?
I'm not paid to know that, but I think.
No, I'm not asking you to know it. I'm just guessing. What do you think? Because obviously, if you keep doing this 3 and 4, you're not going to make it. If 8 and 9, you're not going to make it. So what do you think has to happen to actually flip the switch?
In my honest opinion, is just me as a fan. From what I see, I think it's heavily a lot on Dak and Jerry Jones. It's those two guys.
How Jerry right now? Jerry right now. What can Jerry do right now in November?
So that's a tough thing. I think Jerry messed up when he hired Mike Zimmer.
Wow.
So if we look at the defense, the defense has dropped off tremendously. So that's on Jerry. Jerry made that call. There are some others out there that he could have picked up, but he ultimately went with the guy that he's familiar with, from years past. And I feel like Zimmer, his coaching style and his scheme is just outdated. But another thing too, just going off another thing, so we still could make a run. It may not happen, but back to what you're kind of saying is maybe it doesn't happen. So here's what I'm thinking too. Look at this season, a lot of bad teams that have been bad are now doing good. Let's say the Cowboys lose 8 out of their next 10 games. It'll suck for us fans, and we won't like it. But if you keep getting top late 20 picks, you're not getting the great picks like these other teams are getting, and then turning it around and doing good. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe we have the key players, the Dak, CD. We're going to lock up Micah, Tank, Diggs. You got those guys, and then you just need these younger guys to come in, and maybe that'll turn the season around next year or a couple of years from now. So what I'm just saying is we still could go on a late run. Great if it does. If it doesn't, it might not necessarily be the worst thing ever.
Okay. I got you. I mean, and there's always thank you for the call. There's always silver lining to all of that. You know, if you don't have a good year, you'll have a better draft pick, and things like that, and not just a better draft pick in the first round, but all the rounds. And so, you chance to get better player, but that's not, that's not something that I think that we should be focused on as it stands right now. And that's the thing. Mike Zimmer, you say Mike Zimmer's defense is outdated. I mean, the players are as well. I mean, how many players are on this team that they've picked up? I mean, that they're starting these guys, and that they picked up from the street. I mean, they were out all of the season, and now they're playing and starting. That's kind of where they are with this team right now. And so, the best defensive coordinator, hottest name there is. If you tell them, hey, we're gonna lose your 4 best defensive ends here, figure it out. It's probably not gonna work out. I mean, that's just the way it is. This league isn't designed for it to work out, for you to just lose 4 of the best, 2 of which are Pro Bowl players from last year, and one of them is probably one of the best top 3 or 4 pass rushers in the NFL. So again, it's not an excuse completely, but there's a reason why they're struggling so bad on defense. And I think that when Zimmer signed up for it, I mean the personnel that he was looking at has certainly not been what it's been. So we'll see if they can get to full strength, and then maybe it does look different. If it doesn't, then I think we'll have a better understanding of where this is. All right, Randy in San Antonio is next. Randy?
Hey, Nick. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Good. First-time caller here.
All right.
Really wanted to give a couple of quick things that you kind of do. One is old school Cowboy. I think he only really played in one game, Scott Case. Had some big hits in the Super Bowl. And then wrestler. Grew up in the same area you did, so I watched that Dallas-based wrestling. One of the first times I liked the heel, Eric Embry.
Okay. Wow, I haven't heard of him. There we go. Here we go.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I really think a couple of things. One, you were talking about what does this team need to do to get on a run. You got to get Marcus Lawrence back on the field, and obviously Micah, too, to get some pass rush. But I think Lawrence gets you a little bit of help with the run game. Stopping the run. He's probably your best run defender on the front. And then you've got to get the second receiver. You got to get Brandon Cooks back, because I think otherwise you're going to see those deep passes to Turpin. You just don't have anybody else with the speed. And if CD's getting double teamed, that's where we're going to be at. I would like to see some late round, maybe draft picks given up to get some people that fit Zimmer's system a little better. I know he likes bigger guys that are, can stop that tackle a little bit. But I think Kendricks has played fairly well. So I just think getting those 3 guys back, those 3 specifically, and then the running game sticking with Zeke and Dowdle will help. Right? I think those are the 2 guys that need to be your committee.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not even sure when it comes to the running back situation. I don't know. Thanks for the call. Good to hear from you, Randy. I just think that I still believe Rico is one of your best 2, just because I think he's probably the quickest of the group there. One game with Cook. I'd like to see another one with him if possible, but. They're going to need them all. I mean, at this point, they're going to need or somebody else, or I'd love to think there's somebody on the practice squad that's younger and that maybe you could, plug in here. I'm not sure, but you gotta figure it out for sure, because they're going to need to be. They have to be able to run the ball at some point to do anything they want to do in the passing game. It doesn't have to be spectacular. It's just got to be. Average at best. And right now it's below average. You said if you get those defensive guys in here, I think it'll look different. I think Zimmer has a chance to kind of show a little bit more of what his defense can do. I said this yesterday. I mean, they don't have a pass rush at all, and the fact that Micah Parsons is almost like double the next guy in terms of pressures on this team. I mean, I think Osa's second on the team in pressures right now with 12, and Micah's first with 21, and he hasn't played in 4 games. I mean, what does that show about A, how good he is, and B, that no one else can bring that pressure. No one else has the sacks more than Tank, and it's all leading to the fact that they don't have an interception since a Hail Mary pick from week 4. So, yeah, I mean, it's they have not replaced that. They just can't. They haven't replaced that pass rush. All right, let's go to Steve in New York. Is next.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, Steve.
Just a question and a trivia. Boy, wow, that's the last interception we had. Was that at the end of the Giant game?
Over Warrior.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
My question is, I think that the offensive line is the reason why we are struggling this year, and not just running the ball. I think it affects everything.
Yeah.
But if I told you, you're starting 2 rookies, you have a guy in Martin who's, he's at the end, and Steele has not played well. I'll probably get ripped for this, but that's why I'm going to ask you your opinion. We're 3-4 now. If we sign the guy in Baltimore now, and I was part of that, bunch that wanted him.
Yeah.
How much of a difference do you think that would make right now?
Well, that's what Jerry said a couple days ago or weeks ago about he's not having the same success here. And I thought it was interesting that he said that. I think it was a polite way of saying our offensive line couldn't block like this.
Exactly.
And I agree. I agree that it wouldn't be the same, but it would be better. He's a better running back. It's not, you can't just play any running back in there. I mean, he would be better, but I do understand that. I understand the premise there. It would have been a different setup here because they're not opening holes for people.
No, I mean there's nothing. I mean I've almost been watching 50 years. I've almost been watching this team, and I can't remember, maybe 89, but that year was a disaster anyway. But where they have just been unable to run. I mean, this is like historically bad. Hopefully, somehow they could turn it around a little bit. But this is brutal.
It really is. It's
the trivia. One of my favorites. I know Halloween game 1993. Emmett in the rain. I know that's classic. Was it in Philly? You remember the game, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Philly's only touchdown that day was scored by a former Cowboy. Who was it?
Whew.
Well, okay. I got to give you a little hint.
Wait, it wasn't Herschel, was it?
Yeah, of course.
Was it Herschel?
I think you set me up like that, like you don't know.
I honestly, my first thought was like Jimmy Smith, because I think was it you that sent me one on Jimmy Smith?
Yeah,
I
did.
I did. And I know he got drafted in 92. Then I think he went to the Eagles for a little bit or something. And so that was my first thought. And then because Herschel, after Herschel left, it's Vikings, it's Giants, it's Eagles. Yeah. I don't know who he's with, until he came back to the Cowboys. Well, I honestly don't remember. I do not remember that part of that game. I remember it being on Halloween in the rain, and Emmett went for a 237 and got that last touchdown. I remember Troy everybody was bad. Couldn't throw the ball. But I do not remember anything about Herschel being on that team. I know he was there in 92. I didn't know about 93. So, all right. That was a guess.
Nick, thanks, buddy.
That was a guess. All right. Thanks, Steve. Let's go take another break here on Cowboys Storyline. We'll be right back to answer a few more calls.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
Altec Lansing has been perfecting sound since 1927, bringing you decades of audio excellence to elevate your Dallas Cowboys tailgate ritual. Equip your next pregame with the Sound Rover 180 with 6 hours of playtime, built-in microphone, multicolor light modes, and a rugged exterior that's built to last. Visit alteclansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off your Sound Rover 180. That's ALTECLANSING.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off. Altec Lansing, official audio partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
Stay connected with the Dallas Cowboys on your connected TV. Catch up on all Cowboys content, such as player interviews, weekly TV podcasts, docuseries such as Deep Blue, and much more. Download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. All right, back here, as you can see, Halloween, October 31st. Beautiful set. Chris, we're going to get Chris here on the show. Are you ready to come in or no? Are you busy?
I can.
Busy? Come on, come check us out here. See if you can join the show for a little bit. I know we have a caller on the line. We're going to get to him as well, but we're running out of time here. I got to make sure that I can get, our producers on the show, especially when they're dressed up as beautiful as Chris Beam is today. There's one thing about getting into the holiday spirit, and then there's this. There we go. My guy. What's up? All right, Chris.
What's up?
Looking beautiful as ever. So,
I said this is very slimming on me, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought it was our special teams coach, Bones Fossil for a second.
That's funny.
There.
I went as Bones Fossil.
Good.
Today.
You like that? That's pretty bad. I know. I'll be here all day.
You'll be here all day.
All right, man. And you'll be here all day, too.
I will be in my chair.
Hey, congratulations on this. This is beautiful. I love the colors. Love everything. Looking great here. Get into the spirit on Halloween. Nice. All right. So I'll wait till Chris gets back in there before I throw to a caller as well. But no, this is good. I'm
good.
I bet it'll be interesting all day long. We'll see if we got some people dressed up. I know this last show on Talking Cowboys, I know they had some. They were in some costume there. So we'll see which. I have a feeling hanging with the boys. Yeah, Shannon. If I know Shannon at all, he'll probably do something. Girls talk, boys talk, maybe. Mixed shots. No, I don't think so. I don't think so on that. We'll see. All right, let's go to our line again. Aaron in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Aaron.
Hey, how are you? Happy Halloween.
What's up, man? First time?
Not much. Hey, it's first time caller.
There we go.
Hey, thanks, man. Been a big fan of all of it for a very, very long time. But special day in our house, my wife's birthday, so Halloween's kind of a big deal in our place.
Nice.
So,
what's in Fort Wayne? What's in Fort Wayne, Indiana? What's in Fort Wayne? Is there a college there?
Yeah, we have Purdue, Fort Wayne.
Purdue. Okay.
Yeah, but we are kind of a minor league championship town. Our Fort Wayne Comets hockey team, they've won a gazillion titles. Our minor league baseball team, Fort Wayne Tin Caps.
How many
they've won multiple titles.
How many fights are in those minor league hockey games?
What's that?
How many fights are in those minor league hockey games?
Some games you can have a bunch, and some games, not a lot. But what's funny is my youngest daughter, she loves hockey more than football. We had one glorious season when she was a little girl. She wore my jerseys and stuff back when Romo and Dez were playing. We'd go to the local sports bar in the family room. There is a pretty good-sized contingent of Cowboys fans here. So, but yeah, she's turned into a big hockey fan, and she loves the fights.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. All right, what do you got, Aaron?
Hey, don't have a whole lot. Just wanted to say a couple things, man. You know what? The team is what it is. I've been fortunate enough. I'm old enough. I got to see, Staubach and those guys back in the 70s, everything in the 90s, and everything in between. But we just kind of got to ride the ride, man. Not get too worked up over it. I think the one thing I've thought about all year, and you kind of look back the last 3 or 4 years, I really kind of got to wonder. I think maybe they need to just reassess how they run the off season and training camp, and not playing these guys during the preseason games, because there is a pattern there. If you look at it, how slow we kind of start these seasons, And I know there's that risk reward thing, but just kind of looking at that and kind of feeling like there's a little history there how we play in that second and third week. Even the last couple of years where we've gone 12-5, but it is what it is. I just wanted to get in and say, hey, thanks for taking my call and happy Halloween, everybody.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you for the call. Aaron, first time caller. I'm doing a little research as you say here. All right. Well, and what were they this year? They were 1-3, 2-2. How did we start here? In the first 4 games was 2-2. So, I don't know if there is a history though about the slow starts. The last thing you would ever want to do is have an injury in preseason and for a guy, and it ends your season there. So there's the risk reward is very, very challenging. It's just it's too much to me to try to risk playing someone just for, just to try to get them in the groove or whatever. I'm looking back, and 2020 was such a crazy season. So if you want to throw that out, you can. They were 1-3 in McCarthy's first year there in 2022. But if you take the next 4 years here, when it was a little bit of normalcy, the Cowboys were 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, and now 2-2 this year in the month of September, the first month of the season. So I don't know if I would call that a slow start at all. So I think, judging on that, I'm not changing what they do in the preseason. I'm not doing that. I've seen Dak Prescott be out since halfway through the 2020 season, come back, not take a snap in the preseason, and then play in Tampa Bay and throw for 400-something yards, and had him, went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, had a chance to win, and lost in the final seconds. So, and then they went five wins in a row after that. So that's my take on that. There's different things to change. And I'm not saying don't change anything in the offseason. There's some different things to change. I don't know if that's one of them, but this does need to be a look in the mirror type season and off season, maybe next year of some things and of what's working, what's not working. I know it's a big criticism that fans have had for the Cowboys, that they keep doing it the same way, keep building it this way, and not trying different things. And so, I would be open to some changes. Some of them will be small, minor tweaks. Some of them could be big philosophical changes. I don't know if the preseason's one of them. That's where we disagree. But I think that there could be definitely something there. All right, let's go to Gavin, Oklahoma City. Gavin.
Hi, Nick.
What are you dressing up for Halloween?
I don't even celebrate Halloween, man. My thing.
I don't know why I figured that. I haven't asked anyone else that question, but I figured I don't get the sense there that you're gonna.
Maybe I scream just not festive. I actually like all the holidays, but
are you passing out candy? Are you gonna at least pass out candy?
I'm gonna seem like a bad person, but nah.
Are you a turn the lights off guy? Like turn the lights off and the TV, act like we're not home?
I totally am.
That's all right.
Unfortunately.
That's all right. I may or may have done that once before, but now with kids, I mean, we got the lights on everything, that's good,
Yeah.
We leave for trick-or-treating, and it's like, here you go, kids, take one. You come back and it's all gone, whatever.
Not for this show to take any sort of dark turn or anything, but I feel like it's kind of a dangerous holiday. I'm not sure how I feel about a bunch of kids walking all over the nation. I don't know. I get bad vibes on Halloween.
All right.
That's just me.
That's all right. All right. Well, how about this season? You got good vibes for this?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that one. My question for you today was, and I don't think you're going to feel good about this idea or question, but I feel like maybe the Cowboys are at the point of the season where the run game might not get going, obviously. I feel like a big reason why we haven't been able to start quarters fast is because when we come out with opening scripts, we stick to running the ball, and it just isn't working. I did see some good carries from Zeke, though, in that San Francisco game. that encouraged me a little bit. But I don't know. My idea for the Cowboys to maybe get on track in opening quarters is to maybe throw the ball to set up the run. I know that kind of sounds weird, but I think you know where I'm kind of going here. If you can throw the ball on first downs and get a considerable amount of yards, a short carry doesn't sound so bad then, because then you can move the chains and keep going.
Yeah.
But that's my question for you today, and thanks, Nick.
Thank you for the call, Gavin, and that'll be our. Pretty sure that'll be our last caller of the day. Yeah. I feel like they've tried everything, and I know it's been 7 games, but I feel like we've seen pass, run. We've seen run, pass, back and forth, I mean, I have to go back and do a deeper dive, but I feel like they have tried that, throwing it, setting up the run, but ultimately, even if you run, have some success, when you get into that 20-yard line or so, and even on the other side of the 50, I mean, one bad run or no gain or loss of 1 changes everything. And I talked to Jake Ferguson yesterday. I asked him the question. You guys haven't started the season with a touchdown. You haven't, gotten that first drive, and all week of practice, we're ready. Here's the game plan. Boom, we go in there, and it hasn't worked. And every player that I've asked, including him yesterday, has said we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. It's a penalty here, it's a negative play here, and it just hasn't been consistent. And yeah, those penalties, I mean, 1st and 15 for a team that doesn't run is huge, especially for a team that doesn't have screens and things like that. It feels like other teams, when the Cowboys have them pit back to 2nd and 20, is it me, or does it seem like every single time they'll get 10, 11 yards over the middle, and now when you think you've got them pinned back, I mean, it's still 3rd and long, but it's a lot more manageable now. I feel like teams do that better than the Cowboys as far as just, those short chunk plays to kind of get back when you're already behind the chains. That's something that I think the Cowboys could definitely do better. But hopefully you don't want to be behind the chains. You want to keep playing downhill football, and they just haven't done it. So I feel like they've tried different things. They try to get cute. They try reverses and things like that. They've put CD in there to run the ball. So I don't fault them for trying things, but ultimately it hasn't worked. Yet we'll see if it does this Sunday in Atlanta. We have another show between now and then. We'll be back tomorrow to talk more about it and give some predictions and all that kind of good stuff. So, all right. So for Chris Beam and this beautiful Halloween set, it was really, really good stuff today. Everybody be safe tonight on Halloween. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow on Cowboys Storyline. See ya.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?